I had some of this aluminum stock here. If I had to guess, it's maybe like 1.5 inches in diameter. I got it chucked up in the 3-jaw chuck. Kind of, you know, put your cutter next to the edge, guys. And then as you rotate it, just tap it a little with the hammer. 3-jaw chucks don't self-center, so you just get it as close as you can and keep tapping it. Like I said, tighten the chuck, tap it, tighten the chuck, and you'll get it to spin pretty true like this is right now. I'm gonna make 4 wheels out of this. I'll figure out my measurements, probably about 3/4 of an inch wide, and then I have to make that 1/4 inch groove that's gonna ride on the steel rail. Hopefully I can make enough of them. I need 4. No, it's gonna be close. I have a little extra of this if need be. I'm gonna bore the hole. I'm thinking about 1/4 inch, maybe 5/16, depending on what nuts and bolts I have. And I'm gonna try, there's a little bit far of a stick out from my little 3-jaw chuck here. But I'm really not taking any material off. I'm just gonna be making the grooves, you know, finishing up the ends, boring it, and that's about it. So there's not gonna be much of a load on this. If anything, the only load drilling is towards the headstock. So that shouldn't be too bad. If you're trying to take a heavy cut on the side of a setup like this, you're not gonna have much luck. My 3-jaw chuck will probably just let the material pull out. I unfortunately only have a tiny little 4-jaw for this, or I have the 5C collets, but I believe I only go up to 1 7/64, it looks like. 1 1/8, yeah, and I only have 1 1/8, but it's not big enough. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna make a couple light cuts, take some measurements, and parting it might be a problem. So I might have to bring in a live center like this, drill a little pilot hole right here, bring in the live center to support it when I part it. But let's try it the original way first. Okay, you can see I'm missing this whole side here. That's the drawback of the 3-jaw chuck. Once I get this machine and all nice and shiny here, this will all be concentric. But as you can see, I'm missing this whole side, and I'm being very conservative with the cuts here because I don't want to put too much pressure on this. We'll just stay at it a little at a time. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna take cutting tool off and I'll set up the turret with a few different drill bits. and possibly a boring bar for the final size if I have it. If not, I'm not going to go that crazy. All right, slight change of plans. So I couldn't even get the center drill to start on the other end. Every time I brought it in, it was the 3-jaw chuck just wasn't holding. And I can't do the live center because I need to bore the hole through. So what I did was flip it around, and I'm gonna mill this side down to 1 1/8 inches, and then I'll put the 5C collet in it. That should hold it fine. That thing has plenty of strength. I'll bore the holes, and then hopefully I can clean this up just a little bit from the jaw marks, and we'll be good to go. Put a little carbide insert parting tool on here. It's a little bit wider than a regular, like a high-speed steel parting tool, something like that. I'll probably use this for the final part. I put a little blue Sharpie on here just so I could, you know, have a line of sight for my measurements. Use the dial indicator like that to just draw some lines on there as it was spinning. And then now I'm just taking the insert and I'm running it in. You can see here it's 263 thousandths is the width of my rail that this wheel is going to be rolling on. So I gave it just a little play there. I'll take it off, or I'll actually bring the rail over here and see how it fits before I finish machining it, obviously. All right, that looks pretty good. I'll take a file and just lightly clean up the edges like that, I should have waited because I'm going to run the parting tool a little bit down on the side and then clean up that edge, and I still have to bore the center hole. Yeah, that's a little better. I'm going to go get the steel rail and fit it in here and just make sure that this is okay. And I want to check my inside diameter right there. Basically about a 1-inch inside diameter. This is what I came up with for some bolts that the rollers are going to ride on. Looks like about 3/8, I think, if I had to guess. I set up the turret here. I have a center drill, starting with that. Then I have a smaller drill bit here, and then my final drill bit there. I had a few other attachments in here. This is actually for a milling machine, an end mill. Well, works great in this to get close to the final size. And then I have this reamer that I bring in. It's for a coupling that I make for a customer.